what impresses you about their defense?
Well, the thing that jumps out to you the most is what they look like. They're really good looking kids. They're big and long at every position. They've done a great job recruiting. The things that they want to do. They're really big up front. They got two really big kids that play the middle, the nose tackle, and the three technique when they decide to go four down. Two DNs are long, linebackers are big kids, and the secondary does a really good job. So we have our hands full this week.
You know, Against UTC the other day, you were able to put together some longer drives. I know it didn't necessarily result in some points on the board. I think specifically to that one right before the half, I think it was like a 19-play drive. Against an offense like BYU's, how important is it to sustain those drives and just keep the ball out of their hands?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is don't make it harder than it is. We're going to have to score points to give ourselves a chance to even stay in it. So you know, yeah, long drives would be the best thing to keep them off the field offensively, to keep that quarterback off the field. So, if we could sustain some long drives and finish those drives with touchdowns, that would for sure give us a chance.
What's going to be the biggest key in that? You guys haven't been great on third downs the last few games. I think 6 of 36. But granted, you're 9 of 12 on fourth down. So I guess what's going to be the biggest key in being able to put some of those drives together against this team?
Yeah, well, being in manageable third downs. Again, it's those when you're in that third and long scenario. As many times as we've been in, it makes it hard. I think we converted one or two of them in the game that was good to see finally, but we got to put ourselves in the third and 1 to 3, third and 1 to 4 range where it's a lot more manageable. That's why we've had to go for it so many times on fourth down. It's third and 8, third and 9, third and 12 at times, and you're trying to get it. Sometimes, especially when you cross midfield, you're trying to get it on third down. Sometimes you're trying to get it into fourth and manageable. Trying to get it into that 4th and 4 range, 4th and 3 range where you can go forward and do those things. And that's what we got to do on first and second down is get it into third and manageable where we can go, call normal plays and give ourselves a chance. They're really good up front. So, on third and long, when it's third and 10, it's not real hard to know what a team's going to do. You're most of the time, especially when you're on your own side of the field, you're going to have to try to throw the football and have to try to throw it down the field. So, that makes the quarterback have to hold it and allows their front to go be who they want to be and go rush the passer. And, that won't bode well for us.
Yesterday I asked Coach Helton about some of the injuries, and some of those guys. It seemed like I was just reading the roster of all your offensive players at that point, with Dayton, Delv, and KT Piggy, the offensive line, all battling some stuff. What's it been like so far at practice this week? Just trying to get reps and try to get some of those guys worked in there.
Well, man, this is Division I football. I've been doing this for 10 years now. There's nobody feeling sorry for us. I can promise you that. So we'll play with the ones we have, and whoever's at practice, we'll get them ready to go play in the game, and whoever gets on the airplane to fly out to Provo, that's the guys we'll play with. And we and themselves and everybody else expect us to go play well. So it doesn't matter what 11 trot out there. I expect us to go put up points and go execute and go play well.
It sounded like Coach was impressed with the way you guys ran the ball on Saturday, Coach Helton. What was the biggest key in starting to get that running game going a little bit with Gage and Jakari?
Oh, I thought as far as the O-line goes, and the running backs, I think we averaged there with the running backs, 5.5 yards a carry. I know the ending stats there with a couple of the sacks and stuff didn't make the running game look as good as it was, but if you just look at where we were with just the backs, just the true run plays called, we were, I think, 5.3, 5.5 yards a carry, which, for us right now, I thought they did a really good job. I thought the O-line opened up some holes, moved them at times. The thing that we still struggle with is the movement. We didn't block movement very well, especially in those third and short things where that kind of stuff is going to happen. And, it was good to see Jakari and Gage both break some long runs and break some tackles. And, we constantly preach about, if you want to be a really good back, when you block it for 4, sometimes you got to go make a run for 8. and you got to make people miss. And I thought we did a better job of that in the game at times.
I know you guys have talked about Piggy and how he's kind of level-headed. It seems doesn't get too high, doesn't really change his approach. But after leading a game-winning drive, after coming back in, after not playing for about 2 games, have you seen anything different from him this week?
Not at all. Not at all. He's a pro, man. He's a constant kid. He's got a great demeanor about himself. The thing about for him too, he's a fifth year senior. He's been through these battles. He's been through the ups and downs of college football. He's had good seasons at Maryland. He's had, bad seasons at Maryland. And so he's been through it all. Nothing surprises him. Uh, he prepared like he was going to go play and didn't get a ton of reps because you're preparing a young guy in KT, so you're trying to get him as many reps as you can at practice. And he didn't get a ton of reps, and he was able to go out there and execute some plays and make some plays for us that ultimately led us to be able to go win the game. So, proud as heck of him, and hopefully we can find a way to get it done again.